Hey yo guys, what is up? It is Lake here, coming at you with another video. Now today I'm going to be doing a video on just the server update status. Now I haven't really done a video updating you guys on the servers for a while, just because it really hasn't been anything that has changed. They've just been running. I actually now run the second one 24/7, so both of them are going, both R710s. The last server video is pretty accurate on the setup today in date. But a big update that will be coming is a server rack, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in this update video. Certainly if you guys want to see more videos about this, be sure to let me know. I got my coffee here, actually this is a rare occurrence. I just went and picked up some coffee, so but it's pretty good. If you're interested, it's a caramel macchiato. But usually I don't get Starbucks too high caffeine, but anyway, well, it's not too high in caffeine, it's just I don't know, it's really expensive for what it is. But anyway guys, let me see. So first off, in this update video I'm gonna be talking about obviously I need to make some changes to the server because I'm doing that whole business thing. I've been grinding out doing stuff for that. So I have an Active Directory set up for that, a few client machines. An Exchange mail server is in the works of being built right now. I just really haven't got to actually building it fully. I have set up the actual server it's going to run. I've for this work environment, I've set up it all on the other R710, the small form factor one, not the large form factor one. Because I have large form factor R710 and a small form factor R710. And the small form factor is running all my business stuff currently. And I have like game servers, Plex servers, stuff like that on my other personal R710. But basically what's happening on there is I've completely, in my other test bench on my test R710 from home use, it does have an Active Directory running at the server 2012 level, where the business environment has the server 2016 level, just because that's what I have licenses for, server 2016, where back then I had server 2012 licenses, and now I have 2016 licenses. So I built an Active Directory in 2016 operating mode, just because there really would be no point in running it in a lower version now, because I don't have the licenses, and yeah, it's all running Windows 10 and above. So not above, there is no above, but Windows 10 is the only version of Windows, non-server based Windows, that is on that network. So it doesn't matter, it can function at a high level, doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm planning on getting a server rack, just because since I'm going to be getting more machines, I'm planning on getting an APC rack mount UPS. For those machines, I'll probably do one rack mount 1500 volt amp APC UPS for every 2 servers, just so we can get that shutdown command out and peacefully shut down the servers. Currently I'm not really hosting anything vital 24/7. The website's going to be hosted on a separate hosting company, so no production will be affected other than just the business side of things would be affected. In terms of the remote PC, AD, Exchange, that's probably the biggest one. Exchange would be down. But at first it won't be such a big deal. I did buy the domain, and I will tell you, since the website's in testing stages and I don't really want a bunch of people accessing it, I'm not going to tell you the name yet of the site, but I did buy the .com domain for that, so that will be very helpful in this process. But basically I'm going to be getting a server rack. I'm just probably going to get one off eBay because there are none around me, and it's really hard to get them around me. So I'm gonna have to probably go all the way out to Chicago to get one. I don't really feel like doing that. But basically I have, let me see. So 2 R710s. I have a modem, not a rack mount, just a modem. 2 switches, a Dell 2850 and a HP DL380 G4. The DL380 G4 and the Dell 2850 are not in use. Obviously too much power use, not really enough. It would be no point to actually like use them at this point, or at any point. Now those are really old, they're like 2005. And R710s are the perfect price to performance ratio for my Homelab, and just environment in general on the business side. just because they have cheap parts. There's a lot of them for not so much, depending on the configurations. It's just a great setup for anyone, and power usage is super low. Obviously, they're not as great as like the R720s, R730s. I think they make R730s. Yeah, I think that's the current Dell production model. The R730s with the Xeon, the E3 Xeons. Obviously not as power efficient, but I have L5530, or no, I have L55, yeah, L5530 Xeons, I think, or is it L56? Not quite sure. I have one of the low power Xeons in one of the servers. The other server is relatively power efficient at 156 watts with 48 gigs RAM, two 4-core CPUs, and a few disk drives, so it's very power efficient. My business one, actually the small form factor with two 15K SAS drives, 48 gigs RAM, two L5630s or 5530s, I'm not quite sure. That runs at only less than 100 watts at it's pretty much maxed out. So I'm going to be migrating the large form factor. I need to update the BIOS and such to support the new L5630s or 5530s. Like I said, I don't know, because that would drop my power usage to a total of like probably 250 with all my other equipment, which is nothing. It's like $10 a month where I live, so power is fine there in that category. I'll probably eventually, after I get that rack mount UPS and the new switch and the rack, which will only be probably about a $400 or $500 endeavor for all that equipment, which isn't bad to get everything rack mounted, and new UPS and a switch. Not a new UPS, but new batteries, certainly. UPS, which would be perfect for my use. I might upgrade to get another R710. I don't really see the point of getting like an R210, and because I'm gonna keep on virtualizing my pfSense, but I think certainly it would be fine with just R710s, because the R610 uses the same amount, if not more, because of the fans in them. R410s, same thing. R310s, maybe a little less, unless I go for an R420 or R220. For lower power usage, I probably will just go more R710s at this point, just because they fit my needs great, and they're very cheap, and like I said, parts are available, stuff like that. So that's kind of my thoughts on that sector. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video, I'm probably gonna wait to make a video on it until I get the server rack set up, and everything's rack mounted, just because it's gonna look better. But there's just spiders and such, and we don't want none of that getting in there. I know they can still climb up a rack, but they're close to the ground. They're running 24/7, so the air is too strong for the spiders, because we just got like those long leg spiders. Not big. Well, we do have big spiders, but they don't get in the house usually. So that's fine. Let me see if I can think of anything else. I did create a separate subnet and a completely different IP range on my pfSense, and gave it a separate NIC as well, for my entire work network. So that's routed completely separate from my home network. In the home network, my home network can access, like I can access on my 192 IP range, the stuff on the lab network, but the business network, but the business network, it's set up so it cannot contact my home network, for obvious reasons. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup that I have going on now. Nothing has really changed in terms of what's running on the big server. I've built a Rust server, a CS server. I was thinking about making an ARC server, but I don't have ARC currently, so it really doesn't matter. But in terms of things, if you guys have any suggestions for equipment or know of any tips to get equipment, I'm just getting it off eBay. It's probably the best rate. I've checked government wholesale. I really haven't had luck lately. I did back in my way older sub videos. I did have, what were those? Dell. They were 1U storage servers with 2 internal drives. Dell. I feel like it's not an R series. Oh, Dell R200, duh. It's the Dell that preceded the or the one before the R210s. So I did have dual R200s, but obviously I got rid of them because they were using like 100 watts each, and for R2 series, that's way too much power. Ideally I would like an R2 series to run at about 40 watts max, because their performance was, it was okay, but for a single Xeon and 8 gigs of RAM, it really was not worth the power consumption. But yeah, that's where I'm at my server setup, and thoughts about that. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that, or any tips or whatever, anything about the store. Certainly I would like to hear all that. But anyway guys, I've been really busy lately, so sorry about that if I haven't been like really responding much, or I have like ACT coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I got a lot of stuff going on currently. So yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you next video guys. Peace out.